minutes. So we're going to be taking a look at your Google Workspace Alert Center, how you can take advantage of those different areas. My name is John. Again, my contact information is up there, or if you need to create a ticket with us, feel free to send an email to cne@mcnc.org, and we'll be able to work with you from there. So, what we're going to cover today, some Alert Center basics, what it is, how you can take advantage of it, configuring alerts, and then we've kind of already covered the investigating and responding in a previous webinar, but we'll touch on a couple of these things as well. And then we're going to look at some best practices as far as what do you have set up or what should you be looking to set up. And of course, I've got some handouts that we'll pass along to you as well later. After today's webinars, we'll be able to pass out these different handouts to you, things that have already come up with, and I'll show those to you here in just a few as well. So, Alert Center Basics. It is your centralized security hub for your Google Workspace environment. One place to see all of your uh, alerts and things that have been triggered in the environment. Now, we do say real-time threat alerts, but really and truly, it's going to be about a 5 minute behind schedule, 5 to 10 minutes behind schedule type of thing, because it's got to get posted to your dashboard and get those different types of things pushed out there to you. It is actionable intelligence, meaning you can have it search through your Google admin logs to give you data and provide those different types of pieces of information. And it's all included free in all of your Google Workspace environments. So from the free education to the paid education or nonprofit, if you happen to be listening to this from an outside agency. So all of those different types of things are included into your Alert Center. We'll dive in and we'll take a look at Alert Center here in just a couple of minutes. So, Alert Center versus your admin email alerts. Alert Center is actually powered in the background and it's pulling from the Google admin logs to provide all of these different types of things. It does not have to kick off an email to you about every little bitty thing. You can just have it log inside of there, and then you can go and view it inside of your Alert Center, where your admin email alerts are things that have gone in and been configured to be reports that are sent out to you and things along those lines. Uh, I like the email alerts because I can get those in my email. And then I'm going to show you a couple of neat things that you can do with those email alerts here in just a few moments. So what type of alerts currently exist out there? We've got our identity and access. Now, a lot of folks, we've gotten these emails, hey, I'm getting all these suspicious logins. Should I be paying attention to them? Well, of course, we should be paying attention to them. We should know, hey, what's looking suspicious? Is it API access, or is it accounts that are possibly being hacked or things like that, compromised accounts? Um, and two-factor bypasses or anything along those lines. We want to know about those type of things. As well, we want to pay attention to this one, our user-reported phishing emails. Now, if our students are in our Google domains, we want to pay attention to those user-reported phishing emails, because if we got students reporting staff members as phishing emails and things along those lines, we want to pay attention to that. Devices and endpoints. You can actually get information about compromised devices or devices when they've gone missing, and you want to get reports, get notifications about when they pop back up online, things along those lines. You can do that as well. Now, those devices and endpoints, they could be Chromebooks, they could be Windows devices, they can be iOS devices, Android-based devices, all of those different types of pieces. And then we can also get system and data. Uh, are our users getting close to their Google Drive limit? Or what OAuth apps have been granted access to a user's permissions? Admin privilege changes. Say we've got a Google admin user and then they go in and grant other people Google admin access. We want to know about those different types of things. Have it send off an alert to your super admins, things along those lines. Or we can get our workspace outages as well. Getting all of those different types of things can get sent to you in your alert center, or it can get sent to you as email as well. So all of these different
John,
things, yeah.
um, one person says they're seeing your screen, but it's blank. I can see your screen share. Is anyone else having a problem with John's screen share? You can do the show hands feature. I can see it. Someone else can't see it. It's fine for me. Good here. Okay. Maybe stop and restart the share. Maybe that'll help the. Oh, I did
Uh,
previously, but refresh and it works. Yeah. Maybe just stop and start. It'll work for me.
so I'll stop the share. All right, now let me go find my screen again. All
Sorry
right,
about that.
can you see it now?
Yes, I'm good. Um,
Okay.
if anyone wants to let me know if it didn't work for them and maybe refresh your page or something. But go ahead, John.
Yeah, and we have this recorded, so you'll be able to view all of this at a later time as well if for some reason yours isn't showing.
That is a good point. Yeah.
So understanding the alert center severity, it does give you different types of severities, things that we want to pay attention to. We want to focus on our high action things first of off. Of course, our account compromised or phishing campaigns that we're seeing coming into our uh, domain, we want to pay attention to those. Our medium things, we want to investigate those on okay, it's not necessarily the highest priority, but we need to take a look at those things. To me, our suspicious login behavior or suspicious logins, I want to look at those. I tend to look at those about once a week if I can, taking a look at those because if there's things that we're seeing as a trend, we want to go ahead and put a stop to those type things. And then our low priorities, Google Drive share options, things along those lines, things that we don't necessarily have to access all the time. And then there's also our informational FYI alert centers, email quotas or user quotas for Drive, things along those lines that we want to pay attention to in that regard. So navigating the alert center. How do we access it? Of course, we access it through our Google Admin Console. You'll go to your Google Admin Console. You must be a super admin or an administrator with security reports or a user that has access to the security reports privilege. You'll be able to access the Alert Center to see all the different types of things. Now, from the left-hand side of your Google Admin Console, you'll click on the three lines at the upper left-hand corner, and you'll be able to navigate to the security options. Underneath security, you'll see Alert Center. You can also go to admin.google.com/AC/AC and be able to get access to the Alert Center as well. There you can filter and sort your alerts. You can open alerts to see further details, take action on them if you need to, or you can mark and track the status of your alerts. So with marking and tracking the status, you can actually assign alert center flags to different people in your technology group to handle those different types of alerts and say, hey, Sam, I need you to take care of this. Mark, I need you to take care of this. Susie, you go take care of this one. Have it dish it out to all the different administrators that you may have. Now, of course, We're not always that lucky, and a lot of times it's one person that's having to handle a lot of these different types of things. So you as yourself can actually track, I'm in progress with something, or I've completed this action item if need be. So I'm going to take a look real fast here. We'll stop sharing this one. Whoop. And we'll come back to that here in just a second. You'll see here that I've actually got the alert center already up and going. Make this just a little bigger for you. I made sure I logged in to my Google admin right at 9:30, so it stayed logged in throughout the entire piece. So like I said, in your Google admin console, if you go over to the left-hand side to the three lines, then you can go down to security and alert center to get access. Now, don't confuse this with the reporting, or excuse me, with reporting or underneath your rules section. This is actually under security and alert center to get access to this. Then you get access to seeing all of these different alerts that are out there. Now, this is our test domain, so you're not going to see a lot of the things that you would see inside of your uh, environment and everything. And you see here, we don't have a lot of recent activity that's out there and available for us. But we do see some rules here where we've triggered some PA failures and things along those lines, or an admin password reset, what happened for C rows. That may have been something that we want to get those notifications as well. Now you'll notice that here we're filtering our status as not started or in progress. We can remove that and be able to see additional items that were maybe out there or anything like that. So you can manage your alerts and email notifications. That then you click on it, it takes you over to the rules environment to create rules, add rules, modify your rules and everything. And we'll look at that again here in just a second. But here you can go in, you can filter, create a filter. Here I want to set, hey, let me go to my alert type, and I want to say it was a uh, da, 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 all these different items that are already out there and available. Now, these are out there for 6 months, so I'll be able to see 6 months worth. Well, we don't have anything that was a user suspended within the 6 months. Alert type, Google operations. I'll filter that and we can see a couple of things. Now you'll notice that this was last updated 2024, 2021. Some of these are actually out there longer for us, but you'll notice that alerts will be available only for 6 months. Well, that's not necessarily true. We still got some from back in September 2024, 2021, and so on and so forth. All right. So, oh gracious. Man. You guys give me 1 second here. We evidently, when I closed out that window that I really needed open. And I'll drag it back over here to my window. All right. I accidentally closed out of my presentation altogether, so I had to reopen that back up here. Um, all right. And let me go back down. Hopefully you guys don't mind. I'm going to leave this open just like this. You'll be able to see it so that I can bounce back and forth between a couple of different things. So We can configure alerts like what we talked about a second ago. You can actually go into your rules and reporting, create different reports, things along those lines that you may want to do. Now, when you're setting up alert notification rules, you'll open up the rules over on the left-hand side. You'll go down and go underneath the little steering wheel to get access to rules. You can create a rule, set your conditions. What do you want it to be? A high, medium, low? What type of rules do you want to set up? And then we can also choose the actions, notifications. You can just have it show up in your alert center, or you can have it send an email. You can have it send an email to one person, 5 people, 10 people, whatever the case may be. Set your different recipients. And then, of course, we always want to save and test those different options. Now, when you're enabling admin email alerts, you'll go to your reports, open and set up the different types of things, adding it in there for the folks to see. Now, I'm not really one for slides, so we're going to breeze through these so that I can dive in and show you some other things that I've actually gotten created and allowed for you guys to take a look at. So, some things that you can do, account and login activity. Now, one of the things that I've set up in the past on alerts is if you're needing to watch a certain user, you need to know when that user logs into their account. Times that I've used this before, we've actually utilized the alert center to know when a student has gone missing from a school, that we were able to actually work with law enforcement to know, hey, they're still logging into their Google email or whatever the case. So with that, we set up a login to where as soon as the user logged into their device, that it communicated with us, sent us an email letting us know they logged into their email, they logged into their Chromebook, something along those lines. And then we were able to track the IP address, give that IP address over to law enforcement. And they've actually been able to locate a couple of students in the past that have gone missing for as a runaway or whatever the scenario is. Now, you can also set up high things like that. You can also set up alerts on logins of when people have turned off their two-factor authentication. Say you got a finance officer and your finance officer hates security and really doesn't want to have two-factor authentication. Well, you can set up a notification that says, hey, when a user turns off two-factor authentication, I want them to be notified so I can show up at their office, or I can actually go in and turn off their email account because they're required to have that. Our email security alerts that we would set up, user reported phishing, if you want to set those up, spoofing. Set up the spoofing for your domain to get notified of those different types of things. Me as an admin, I want to know when somebody else adds another admin to our Google admin console. If there's 3 or 4 of us in our department that have access, if Sam or Sally creates another admin, I want to know because I'm the one that's ultimately responsible for our Google domain. I want to have access to that. And then, of course, any audit log changes or any data export. Now, speaking on the data export, you can actually have a alert set up when somebody downloads all of their Google Drive content if you wanted to. Now, I wouldn't necessarily set that up for all of your users, but maybe you want to have that set up for your student, or excuse me, for your staff members or anything like that. Devices and apps, anything with your apps, you can set that up for as well. So phishing and malware. This is the big one that we're running into nowadays. We want to have user user reported phishing, suspending accounts, things along those lines. We're going to look at that one here in just a second. All right, so account and login security alerts that you may want to look to have set up. I've mentioned this multiple times. Suspicious logins, have this set up. Account compromises, have that set up to send you an email. Now, while this one is something that keeps popping up, I know you've probably seen this government-backed attacks, rare but serious in the event that there's a remote attacks that are happening on your Google domain and things like that. Two-factor bypasses, device compromises, Chromebooks, Androids, iOS devices. All of these things you can get remote notification when a user's device doesn't meet the policy, is wiped, is unenrolled from your Google environment. You can get all of these notifications. All right, we're going to skip our investigating and responding because this is something that we've covered in the past. And all of these are available out on MCNC's YouTube channel that's available for you to go take a look at these different pieces that we've already done in the past for you. But if you're responding to a phishing attempt, open the alert up, identify who's affected with it. You can get a listing of all the emails that were tied to the phishing, delete the messages from our users' mailboxes, block the sender that was out there with it, reset our compromised accounts, and of course, close and document our reports. Now, remember, if you were in our last session, we've created the cipher document for you to take advantage of. And if you don't have access to that, I'm going to show you that document again here in just a second. Responding to your suspicious login alerts. Now, this is one that is a medium security. Suspicious logins being accounts that have been logged into and it's new IP addresses, things like that, that you may want to take a look at and everything like that. So you want to respond to these. It's a medium alert, so it's not something of highest priority, but you want to pay attention to these suspicious logins and everything as well. Check the login details. When I hear about suspicious logins, I want to know where the login happened from. Was it inside of the U.S.? Was it outside of the U.S.? Was it somewhere down the street, a different provider or anything like that? Now, if you are on a paid Google version, we want to start setting up context aware. This is something that we're going to be doing a webinar later on this year on context aware. If you don't already have it set up, you want to set up context aware. But you got to know with context aware, we're able to stop the accessing of services, but not actually the login to the account. So you'll still get notification about suspicious logins, but we'll know about the login. It will just stop access to the service. More to come on that later. All right, let's take a look at our diving in and looking at our rule sets and everything. So I made mention to you a few minutes ago. Let me move my window down just a little bit here. We've gone in, we've looked here at our alert center. You can create different things in the alert center. You can go in and search those different types of things. But we also can create rules. If I look here, we've got all of these rules that are already created that are out there by default for you. You'll see some of these are set to inactive, some are set to active, things along those lines. Now, let's look at this one. User suspended for spamming. Google detected suspicious activity for it. Now, when we click on it, it opens up the actual rule itself and we can take a look at these different things. Now, this is one that Google automatically will do for your domain. Now, what's it going to do? It's saying log that you've suspended a user for spamming or anything like that. Maybe for this one, I want to actually go in and edit it, or edit this rule. We're going to search on through there. Maybe instead of logging to the alert center, or I don't want it to send emails to my super admins, I actually want to add somebody else into it. I can add another user into it. Now I've got some different test accounts that are out here, and I'm just going to say, I want to add jwarf at k12.mcnc.org to that. So I can add that in there. And I don't want it to go to super admins. I want it to go to jwarf at K12. He's not a super admin in our domain, so I want to send this to him. And then he can go and start working with those users on that. Or I can change that to a different severity if I wanted to. And we'll just go ahead and say continue. And we've got that out there for it. And I'll just update that rule. Now, you can do a lot of different things with the rules. Now, you can also create your own rules. So here I want to go in and I want to create an activity rule. And I'm just going to say this, login notification. Notify when jwarf at K12G apps logs in. You can create this. So here I'm going to go ahead and say create. What are we looking for? We're looking for user log events. Event is user log. Successful login. I'm looking for that. And I want to say user is jwarf at K12G apps. So anytime that an event is successful of a successful login and the user is jwarf, I want to be notified. Now, on the flip side here, say we've got our superintendent, our president of the college, or anything like that. We want to say that our log event is a failed login. Anytime that our, use your imagination here, that if we had a failed login for jwarf, I want to be notified. Anytime that it was a wrong notification or a failed login, anything along those lines, you can have that set up. I'm going to go ahead and say continue. I want to have that set up as an email. I want it to email all super admins. It can be up to 5 an hour, and this is the highest priority because anytime that there was a failed login for that account, I need to know. This can also be if you are using uh, different accounts. You have your jwarf at k12gapps.mcnc.org is my primary account that I use for my email, and then my jwarf admin is my admin account. Well, if there's a failed attempt with my admin account, or if there is a successful login with it, I want it to send my non-admin account an email letting me know that it failed or that it successfully logged in. That way I know when I'm logging into my account and things along those lines, I can get that notification. You can set those all up, set it up as a rule, and have it notify you when those things happen. I'll say create that rule. Then I have the login notification there to be able to do that. There's a lot of different things that you can set up and have out there and available with your alert centers. Okay. A lot of rules that are already out there. This is one that I created a couple of weeks ago when I did my session on email phishing and responding to compromised accounts. This was a rule that we created that said, hey, anything that's a Gmail log event that is when somebody clicked on a link that the subject was part-time, I want an email notification letting me know all of those people that clicked on the link and things like that. You can go very detailed on these logs and getting notifications about it. All right. So, some other things that I've done and created to be able to do some of these different types of alerting. Now, I want to show you guys inside of my admin account here, my admin at K12G Apps. I have this set up. I have an alert center label set up. With this alert center label, all of our alerts go inside of here. Now, what I also have set up is I have a Google spreadsheet set up that actually can go out and pull all of my alerts into my spreadsheet. Now, this is fake data right here, but just to give you an idea of what you can do, I've got this preset up to show you. There's a Google script in the background that goes out, pulls all of my alert data, dumps it into the spreadsheet for me. I will make this available to you if you are interested. I fully believe in sharing information out there with our folks. Now, when you pull the data in, you can actually have it all logged to a Google spreadsheet. So that way you're pulling it instead of going to the Alert Center in the Google Admin Console, I can just have this worksheet up. And this runs every 15 minutes. It will pull the data from my email. Now, why would I even want to do all this? Well, I actually want it to dump inside of here so I can actually build a dashboard. Here I can build this dashboard, have it up on a TV set inside of our office if we wanted to. Kind of like our network monitoring, we can also monitor the Google Alert Center. Have it dump in there. I can see just our high alerts or just our low alerts or just the new alerts that have come into our email. All of these different types of things you can do. Now, this is an Alert Center dashboard that is all based upon this Google script that is building all of these different pieces out there for us. This is something that you can do. You can take, put it inside of your environment. Have all of your Alert Center stuff sent to one email address, put a label on it, and then we can actually dump that into a dashboard. Now, again, I may mention about what alerts do we want to have? What alerts do we want to have out there and have available? Uh, we'll send out this folder that's a Google Alert Center folder. These are some different things that I've put together for you to have access to. I've got an Alert Center ideas document. With this, these are different things that you may want to look to go set up. Identity, let me blow this up just a little bit. Identity and account hacks, account compromises, user suspended for spamming. This one we don't see as much as we used to, but it is something that you want to know about. Leaked passwords, users leak passwords. Have a notification that sends that to you. Email and phishing, user reported phishing notifications, malware messages, whatever the case may be. These are all things that you may want to look to have set up. Now, we also have some medium severity alerts. Suspicious logins are blocked. Hopefully, we don't have the less secure apps anymore, but you could get notification about those as well. All of these different types of things. Now, I wouldn't say that this is a medium severity, but some people do. Suspicious messages are reported, things along those lines. I mean, normally I'm looking at for that to be a lower priority. Admin setting changes, drive setting changes, email setting changes. Anytime somebody changes admin settings in our console, we can get notifications about those as well. All of those different types of things. And then, of course, our very low stuff. Do you want to know when users are added or suspended? You can find out about those different types of things if you want to. All of those different pieces that are out there and available to you. Now, that's an Alert Center ideas document. Now, I also have a checklist. Now, I've got this checklist in two different versions. I have it in a Google document to where you can go in and look at the top items that I would look at. Now, it's an alert, account and security, login and access, email and phishing, reporting and notifications, and of course, our threats and devices alert. These are the top items that I would look to get set up in your Google environment of alerts that you would want to have. Again, this is the checklist that you can go through, check it off, mark it as you've got these completed and everything. Now, you can also have it signed off. Okay, these are working. We know they're working. We know they're sending who they're sending to. Have it set up that you're reviewing it monthly or every 6 months or once a year. You're going in and reviewing these different pieces of the policy. You could set it up as a policy inside of your environment if you wanted to. Again, I've got it set up as a spreadsheet as well. I like the spreadsheet because I can go in and check them off as I go through that these items are set up and created inside of our environment. We'll make this template available to you at a later time as well. This will actually be in the show notes and everything along those lines. And I made reference to our cipher checklist earlier. When you're responding to a incident response inside of your school or your environment, here is our cipher checklist. You guys have access to this already if you attended one of our earlier webinars, but you can go through checking off, okay, we've contained the email, we've investigated the email, we have found all the different items and retracted it, we've changed our enforcement on that user's environment, and we've recovered their email address if we've chosen to recover it. All of those items and are out there and available for you guys to take advantage of. All right, we've kind of already talked about our best practices, our alert response workflow. We've looked at these different types of things. We want to detect, triage, respond, and of course, we always want to document what we're doing to users' accounts or what we have shut off or stopped from accessing our Google environments. Again, our priorities. How long do you want to spend on things? Okay. If it's a high priority, we want to respond to something within 15 minutes. If it's a medium, we want 4 hours notification. Hey, low, we'll respond to it 24 hours or this week. Or information only stuff, we'll review it once a week, whatever the case may be inside of your environment. Set up a alert priority and matrix for all the different items. Just a few things about considerations that you may want to look at inside of your environment. Students are minors in the K-12 environment. We want to look at FERPA and COPA, make sure that you're complying with those types of things. You may want to adjust your alerts for those so student data is getting out there more. Where in our community college sector, everyone's over the age of 18. K-12 specific, you've got more devices that are managed by your domain, more than say in a community college. Now, in the community college sector, our financial aid phishing information, we have run across this in the past where we had a community college. We've seen this in the K-12 as well. The part-time work, where we've seen students get emails saying, hey, apply for this part-time job. We'll send you the money ahead of time before you even go to work. And they've actually even sent out checks to students. Now, one of the ways that the alert center can notify you of things. We actually had a school district that um, had a had an attack, and it affected their Active Directory environment. But the way that they got notified of the attack that was happening on their Active Directory was an account password got changed in Active Directory, which got changed in Google that alerted by an email to the administrator. It changed an admin account password in Active Directory that changed the account password on Google and actually notified the super admins that a admin account password had been changed. Well, that then set off all kinds of alarms and notified the technology department that, hey, we may have something going on. They then started looking, and it was an attack on the school district, on their Active Directory environment, that they were able to then hopefully mitigate it a little bit about it. So, some key takeaways from today. Uh, Alert Center is your security hub. It houses all of your information, a lot of great information, excuse me, for you to go out there and see. You've got to enable to write alerts first. You've got to enable them so that you know what's going on in your environment. Using both your alert centers, admin alerts, and the alert center rules to get notification. Now, you can set up your alert center rules to notify in the Google admin dashboard, but I like the admin alerts, email alerts, because I can pull those and create you another dashboard inside of there if you want it. Investigate all the high priorities. Definitely look at your high priorities and your mediums to go through and look at all of those different things. Start building a response process. Assign people to look at these alerts, to go through them, to know which ones do we actually need to pay attention to and look at. And I've got some quick links here for you. These will be sent out to everybody. The presentations from today is going to get sent out. You've got links here to the Alert Center, the Alert Center documents that I've referenced, the webinar slides, the Cipher checklist. And of course, go check us out on YouTube. Our CNE team has been doing webinars this summer, and they've all been great. That we've put out there. All of those are out there on the MCNC CNE playlist. Go check them out, and we're here to help you guys out.